All right. Welcome to section 2 of the course, wherein you will be familiarized with the foundation of any properly constructed WordPress web performance optimization schema, or architecture, or structure. These all mean the same thing, basically. In this lecture, I want to talk to you about hosting, why choosing the right host for your WordPress website is foundational to the web performance optimization architecture you will learn how to implement in future course lectures. Your host, where your WordPress site is hosted, is where everything starts. It's where everything that your site is lives. All your CSS files, JavaScript files, plugins, your theme, your images that you're using on your site, etc. It all lives right there. That is its home. Before I get into the sort of home, what sort of hosting you should have for your WordPress site, let me first get out of the way what sort of hosting I recommend that you not have. I do not recommend any sort of specialty or managed WordPress hosting, and there are 3 simple reasons why. The first is that all such hosts seriously limit the manner in which you can choose to configure your own site setup. They'll tell you what plugins you can and cannot use, just as one simple example. The second is that specialty managed WordPress hosts do not allow you complete access to your setup, your site server in particular. And wanting to learn about and apply intermediate and advanced server optimization is the organic next step after you master this course. And you can't do that. You won't be able to do that if your site is on a specialty WordPress hosting account. The third reason is that most specialty WordPress hosts' greatest strength, and generally their selling point, is also their greatest weakness, and that's specifically that they will take care of your site's speed optimization for you. But there's a price that they're actually twofold price that you're going to pay for that goes above and beyond just the money you're paying for the account itself. Again, a serious limiting of what you yourself can do with your own hosting account. And B, should a problem arise with your site being slow and the specialty WordPress hosting company support says they can't find anything wrong, you are right then and there done. That is the end of your support road, leaving you with no other option than what I would argue you should have really done in the first place, which is to get a host, a home, for your WordPress site where you can do and have access to anything you want. And that is actually our first principle of what constitutes a good host for your WordPress site, a good home for your WordPress site. Can you or can you not do whatever you want? Obviously, this principle not only knocks out specialty WordPress hosting as a first best option, but knocks out shared hosting as well. Everything taught in this course definitely has you folks on shared hosting plans in mind, and even though as the course proceeds, people using a shared host will be able to maximize their shared hosting account, the fact of the matter remains, folks, that shared hosting sucks. All shared hosting from anyone, anywhere, sucks. Are some shared hosts better than others? Yeah. But this does not make any of them good, let alone ideal for the optimization of your WordPress site's speed. It did not used to be this way, but all shared hosting plans are now laughably oversold. What this means is that your site's home is filled from the living room to the master bedroom, from the basement to the rafters with strangers, many of whom are drunk or stoned, engaged in illegal activity, running around the place buck naked and eating all of your site's Funyuns. This is clearly no place to raise a website. So what to do, right? You've got 1,000,000,001 options out there to host your WordPress site. Rather than launch into a full-on review of website hosts, what I've just ultimately decided to do is to simply make a specific recommendation relative to who it is that we ourselves use, with whom we have decided to build our home. The Philosopher Online Publishing and Investments, which is the parent company of WP Faster, has for years used Bluehost's VPS, or virtual private server hosting, for all of our properties, not just WP Faster. And we have been absolutely nothing but happy. First and foremost, A Bluehost VPS fulfills our first principle of good hosting. We can do anything we want. We have access to everything. Are there other hosts out there with whom we would be just as happy? Probably, but the way I see it, trying to fix something that ain't broke, as they say, is really pretty silly. So to recap, your host, where your WordPress site is hosted, is where it all starts. It's where everything that your site is lives. That is its home. I do not recommend specialty or managed WordPress hosting for those three reasons I have discussed. Shared hosting, sorry, but it sucks. With mastery of this course, you're still going to be able to make your WordPress site blazing fast if it lives in such a flop house with all those Funyun thieves, but be aware that if it is at all feasible, you really ought to upgrade to a VPS, or virtual private server. Lastly, the first principle of good WordPress hosting is that you, the homeowner, can do whatever you want.